Welcome everybody to our online program on addiction and recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Center up here in Powder, BC. And we've been talking about tragic optimism, this idea that Viktor Frankl, the great psychiatrist, developed, that people could be optimistic in spite of suffering. And Frankl said that tragic optimism basically had three components. It was a response to suffering, to guilt, and to death. And so last time we talked about the idea of suffering and how to turn it into a form of achievement or accomplishment. And this time we'll talk about guilt. And again, I think this idea applies very much to people who have suffered from addictions, because almost everyone I know who has a problem with drugs or alcohol is overwhelmed with guilt. We see this all the time at our center. I would say that the emotion, the mood that most people come in with was just this staggering guilt, and almost to a point where some fellows actually seem almost paralyzed by it. But certainly they're so overwhelmed with it. We can even show a little video, and if there are children involved or something, it's almost a guarantee half a dozen clients will leave the room. They just can't handle the feelings that are coming up for them, because they know they may not have been good fathers. They know they may not have been good partners. But anyway, this idea of guilt. Now, Frankl said that you could use guilt to your advantage. And again, it's a choice, right? You could either choose to be victimized by the guilt, or you could embrace the guilt and grow from it. He actually said you could become a better person because of it. So guilt, how do you use guilt to your benefit? Well, to recognize that guilt is what Mother Nature is giving you to tell you you're not on the right path. You're doing something that really goes against your value system. And I think this is a key point, then, to listen to it, to confront this, because once you can confront it, once you can realize that you're going against your values, then you can change your behaviors and start doing things that are in line with your values. And that's what Frankl meant by being a better person. You could actually be true to yourself. You could become the author of who you really want to be, as long as you're always true to what's important to you as a person. Guilt is a sign that you're not on the right path. So if you pay attention to the guilt and embrace it, this can be a good way of getting you moving towards the kind of life you want to live. Anyway, that's it for this week, and we'll be back next time with another aspect of tragic optimism.